We all know the feeling of starting a Monday with a new diet, or swearing we'll finally finish that unread book. Then, the days move faster than our progress. When we break these promises, we usually reach for the same explanation, that we are lazy, or that we simply weren't born with enough discipline. For decades, psychologists supported this belief through ego depletion, proposing willpower is a finite biological resource that drains through use. But massive studies failed to find evidence of this. Brain imaging further undermines the theory, showing glucose uptake stays constant during taxing tasks. Research now suggests that our limits are actually determined by our beliefs. In cross-cultural studies, people who view their mental capacity as unlimited show no decline in performance, regardless of how much effort they've already exerted. If the willpower battery is a myth, then forcing ourselves to work harder isn't the answer. We need a system built on actual psychological mechanisms. A core obstacle to consistency is hyperbolic discounting. This cognitive bias forces the brain to prioritize a small, immediate reward today over a much larger payoff that exists in the distant future. fMRI scans show that when we imagine our future self, our brains activate the same regions used to think about a complete stranger. This neurological gap means that when you procrastinate, your brain feels like it is mailing a bill to someone it has never met, a stranger who never agreed to pay it. Bridging this gap requires making that future stranger feel real. People who vividly imagine the future, picturing their ordinary Tuesday, writing them a small letter, save more and live healthier. Long-term consistency depends on a feeling of deep empathy for the person who will eventually inhabit your results. Standard goal setting hits a wall because we focus on external finish lines, like losing 20 pounds, rather than the person we want to become. Every action is a vote for the person you wish to become. A workout votes for the identity of an athlete. You don't need a unanimous vote, just a majority. Even if you miss a day, the evidence stacks up if your actions remain consistent. According to self-determination theory, when your motivation is tied to this internal identity, you no longer need external pressure to act. The behavior becomes an inherent part of your growth. Meaningful change accumulates through daily microevolutions, provided by the evidence of each small action. Even with the right identity, we often fall victim to the planning fallacy. This is our natural tendency to underestimate the time and friction involved in any new task. This is the Empire State Building during its construction in 1930. While we usually assume massive projects will fall behind schedule, this structure was finished early and under budget, proving that even at this scale, the planning fallacy is beatable. Most people try to beat it with positive visualization, but imagining only the success leaves you unprepared for the inevitable reality of obstacles. A more effective strategy is MCII. You pair your goal with a clear-eyed look at obstacles, then map out a specific detour. This translates to a preloaded protocol. By deciding, if I feel tired, then I will stretch for 5 minutes, you remove real-time decision-making. This is a funnel plot evaluating the efficacy of MCII interventions across 21 separate articles. Note the clustering on the right side of the center line, which indicates that the strategy has a significant, reliable effect on actual goal attainment. Optimism is only useful when it is paired with a friction-tested plan. True success is a systemic design problem. You overcome instant gratification by empathizing with your future self, and you build a lasting identity by casting daily microvotes for the person you want to be. You then automate your responses to friction using pre-planned if-then responses. Your past failures are often the result of culturally inherited tools that simply didn't work. With this new framework in place, the act of staying consistent settles into a strategic, automated form of self-care.